Welcome, everyone. Uh, welcome, coconuts. I apparently am off my gourd today. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lantern Light Adventures. Tonight we are playing An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight game. My name is Archangelic or Mal. My pronouns are she, her. And tonight I'm going to be the director. So let's go ahead and introduce our players in the one true alphabetical order.
Always has been, always will be. Hi, my name is Chantel. My pronouns are they, them. I play Nif, uh, the Nif, pronouns she, her, aka Concordia, pronouns they, them. And my playbook is the Harmony.
I love that. In true CED alphabetical order. Hello, everyone. My name is Elle. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Cary Vander Lyall, aka Lykos, who uses they, them pronouns in both forms. They are the outsider playbook, and they are going through it.
I'm Dozens. Hide. I'll be playing girl scientist and time traveler Janus Quinn, pronouns she, her, also known as Cronos, pronouns it, its.
Doing all of the
Hey,
heart hands for Janus.
hey friends, I am Siliqui or Jaden. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing the unlikely hero Calliope Rodrigues, she, her pronouns, and Verdade, they, them pronouns. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat. You can click on that. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us today for An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. We stream this game most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, on most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play set in Mal's homebrew world. Most Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. This is our Monte Cook Games Cypher System actual play. We built the world collaboratively using I'm Sorry, Did You Say Street Magic? And that world building session has been uploaded to Patreon as a Patreon exclusive. It can be unlocked at any paid tier, and our paid tiers start at $1. So check it out if you're interested. We also record an audio cast after show for some of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief it from the game. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we will be sharing the GoFundMe's for various families. And the first family we are trying to help out is the Masood family. Dahlia and her husband Rami and their 4 children are in great need. Dahlia and Rami worked as pharmacists, but have since lost their home and their pharmacy. Their goal is currently set at 50,000 euros, and they have raised 39,574 euros as of this afternoon. Any help and support you can offer them would be amazing. Their GoFundMe is linked in the chat and in our link tree. Thanks for hanging out with us, friends.
Thank you so much for those announcements. Without further ado, let's get into it. Blacktail falls out of the void that Cronos put him in. He flails uselessly as he watches the rift between the dreaming and the real seal shut. His enemies on the other side. Darkness overtakes him. I failed. This is it. This is how I die. A failure as always. Air whips around him as he leans back into gravity, not knowing where he might land. Massive amethyst purple eyes appear before him. He feels as though he is weightless and frozen in place. He struggles and breathes erratically. You are not finished. Your pathetic physical form still has use for me. Blacktail takes in a sharp breath as his eyes begin to glow purple. He is no longer falling, he is rising. There is a brightness above him, rippling and obscured. He reaches the surface of the San Joaquin Bay and begins to walk out onto the beach. It is crowded, and people stare at the sight of this black cat coming out of the water. As they gaze and gawk at him, their eyes begin to glow in the same manner as Blacktail. People begin to stand up, dropping their books, leaving their seats and belongings, and begin to walk into the bay. Last we left off, you successfully infiltrated Storm Industries, thwarting a plot to rip open a rift to the Dreaming using a strange device. You were successful in defeating Albert Storm, Blacktail, and Abernathy, but the Trash Trio and Architect managed to get away. You returned to Santa Marta to rest and recover. It has been a week since then. No sign of incursions or activity from the Dreaming have occurred. Alice Ramos has returned to her duties, being reassigned to a nearby base. The news talks about scrambling and chaos within Storm Industries as their founder died under strange circumstances that the company is calling a testing accident. Where do we find the coconuts right now? I think we'll start with Cary.
Oh boy.
I don't remember how we
so-
left ourselves off.
I think they all just
were-
went to Arby's.
So we went to
Oh, I was
Arby's,
about to say,
and then
chances are good.
Cary said that they weren't hungry and they left.
Mhm.
That's right. Okay, thank you.
So I think that Cary hasn't really been in contact with most people. They've been doing their classes, kind of going through the motions there, and they've been spending a lot of time with Corvus, Raven, however she chooses to present herself. And they've been a little testy around others, particularly the parents of the children that they coach and Helios. A little shorter than they would be, a little colder than they would be. There's less anger there, it's more ice. It's like they don't care enough to be passionate. They have a select few people that they care about, but beyond that, their world is frozen.
Yeah. I think things have been especially like tense at home, it seems that have you interacted with Reese much since coming back?
I think that they've been avoiding Reese.
Okay. Yeah. You've kind of isolated yourself. Corvus is also in this time becoming kind of restless, that she hasn't really stayed in one place this long since being in the physical realm. And when she was in the Dreaming, she was trying to get here. And she has grown restless. She says, she's constantly telling you, "Oh, I'm so bored."
We could go somewhere. Just the two of us. Once finals are over. There's a big world to explore, and I haven't explored much of it. I've been in this town.
You've really just stayed here?
I did. There was quite a bit going on. But perhaps things are going to be calmer. All we have left is that one location and Blacktail, whoever he may be.
I mean, we can handle Blacktail. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And honestly, he's a coward. He probably ran off the first chance he got.
He turned Backtail.
Yeah, turn back tail.
There used to be more for me here. I remember it. It's just not there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to. I wouldn't love it. I mean, it would be
What?
cool to see more.
What
I
do
don't
you
know if I would
want?
like it. What do I want?
Yes, you get to choose now. What do you want?
She is taken aback by that. She says, I don't know. I've been told where to go for so long, where to be and what to do. There was always a mission.
I understand. I struggled a lot when I first became like this. I didn't know where to go, what to do, who to be. And so I decided I was going to get a degree, and that would help me decide what I wanted to do. I don't know if that's your path, though. At the end of the day, you choose who you want to be. You choose what you want to do. And as fun as traveling with you will be, if you don't want it, then we won't do it. You are free, Corvus. You are free to make your own choices. And that is terrifying most of the time, but it can be exciting too.
Yeah. As you've been talking, she's kind of just like laying on your bed, staring up at your ceiling. And she says, she stands up on the bed, grabs one of your swords, and says, and points it in a direction. She says, I think I want to be a pirate.
Well then, let's be pirates.
She kind of like leaps off the bed and says, we'll sail the seas, plundering gold, finding lost islands.
I don't
You
know if
and
people still use gold, but we can do the other things.
but they do it in the movies.
See, I've learned something recently. It's very strange. Movies aren't always depictions of reality. And pirates did exist, but a lot of pirates don't exist anymore. I'm sure that we could find places where pirates exist because there are still forms of piracy. You know, the DVDs say so.
But do I get to wear the cool clothes?
Oh, of course. Any clothes that you wear will be cool, but you will wear the coolest clothes. Could always be an actor. Actors get to be pirates and Godzilla and whatever they want.
Maybe we'll go to where the movies are made.
We can make our own.
Let's do it.
God damn it, Chantel!
Didn't say anything.
Yes, you did. You said it with your face.
You said it with your face.
I have no poker face. Poker face.
You've spent time with you're spending time with Corvus, but as always, life is calling to you, and at least for right now, you have things you need to do. How does obligation call to Cary?
So, I mean, Cary still has the kids' class to teach. And they still have their job. Finals, have we finished finals? Because I know that last time we were like studying for finals.
Honestly, yeah, it's kind of up to you. This could be any time in the week that has gone by. So like finals would be kind of happening right now.
Okay. Gang, do we want to take a vote, or where are we in finals week?
Good question.
I think Janus at least is going to be done with finals. I feel like that she had some really strong obligations last time towards finals, and
That's
ready to
true.
kind
That's
of
true.
move on to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that that Nif's obligation this time is not finals.
Yeah, that's true. We did do finals obligation last week.
Hmm.
So it wouldn't be fun to like do finals obligation 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Because
But
we'd just be retreading the same ground. So I think this is after finals.
yeah. And you are still holding down 2 jobs. So
Yeah. Cary's got plenty to be stressed over. Cary's holding down 2 jobs and no longer has empathy for like anybody outside of a very few select people. So how do you fix a poison promise, by the way? I don't think I ever looked into that. Can you fix a poison promise? Is Cary just like this forever?
I mean, there's really not a mechanical way. It's just it added some character flavor. So we'll see how the story goes. The story is more important
Fair
than
enough.
that.
We'll see if Cary learns. All right, that is a whole 2.
2.
Haha,
Okay.
2.
All right, you gain 4 stress.
Delicious. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, 4 stress.
You hate to see it, but you love to see it.
You have the class. You are teaching. You are working alongside Gutierrez-san. You are teaching the class, and you notice that Jose is not himself. He seems distant and maybe a little angry. It's hard to tell, but he's not. He's letting you kind of lead the class more than he has in
Oh.
the past.
Not a good idea, buddy. All right. Cary loves the kids. Those are Cary's pups. So I think that they're as patient as they have been. They're as dedicated to training the kids as they have been. And the second that a parent like raises a concern with them, all bets are off.
Yeah. One of the parents, like he comes up to you. He says, "When are you going to start teaching them something, better? When are they going to do more sparring? Like my boy needs to get to sparring much quicker."
I'm sorry, you want your children to beat each other up?
Well, I wouldn't put it like that.
How would you put it? What do you think sparring is?
He needs to stick up for himself.
Why aren't you sticking up for him? It's an adult's job to protect their child. Why are you failing?
He says, "I'm not failing. I'm bringing them here. You're supposed to be teaching them."
So I'm supposed to parent them for you. I understand. Now, this may be hard for you to understand, but children need to know the basics before they get into sparring so that they do not injure themselves. If you would like your child to be injured, then that is on you, but I will let you know that if they do come back to this class injured, you will be leaving in a similar state. Do we have an understanding, friend?
He goes to raise his voice at you, and Gutierrez-san says, "Cary, back down."
Cary just kind of watches the parent.
Yeah. They're kind of taken aback. You've never seen him like raise his voice at them in this way, or raise his voice in class this way.
Perhaps my colleague will be more to your speed.
He comes up and he apologizes to the parent. He says, "I'm very sorry about this. I'll handle it. We'll start adjusting the class. Don't worry about it. I hope to see you here next week."
The class is fine. It's the expectations that need to be adjusted.
He says, Cary, I don't want to hear it right now.
All right. I'm not sorry for what I said to you, stranger. But I am sorry that we caused a scene. And I'm sorry to put more stress on you, Jose.
He says, we'll handle this later. He says, all right, everyone, class is dismissed. And everyone begins to filter out.
Does Cary know who the parent belongs to? Like which child is his?
Yeah, you would.
Okay, Cary's gonna go over to that kid, kind of get like on one knee, eye level. Hey, you did great today. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Cary. And like gives a bow.
I look forward to seeing you next week, my friend.
Does the bow and then like runs off with the rest of the kids. Jose doesn't, he said, while he said, we'll handle this later, he just goes to packing up his own stuff. Doesn't really confront you after the class is dispersed.
Jose, are you all right? Did something happen?
He says, everything's fine. Just, we can't. Those parents pay for you to be here. And
They're
we can't
wrong.
That doesn't always matter, Cary. There are
It
some things
should.
more important.
If those children get injured because we changed the program for their parents, that is on us. Those children are trusting us to provide the best education, the safest education.
Cary, we're going to do what we're paid to do.
Fuck that. The money doesn't matter. What matters is the people.
He says, then maybe you don't need to be a part of this anymore.
What? Something else is going on. This is a hasty decision that you're making because you're upset about something else. Are you going to tell me what it is?
There's nothing else going on. This is a job. And I don't think you're doing it the way you need to be.
How would you suggest I do it then?
We'll try and do it safely, but if we need to move into more self-defense, we will. If that's what the parents want, they're the ones paying for this.
That's what one parent wants. You haven't even asked the others. You just asked the loudest person in the room, and you immediately bended the knee to them.
Look, you can either get on board or don't come to next week.
You understand that this is wrong, that you are giving a bully exactly what he wants.
That bully pays full tuition for his kid. Not everyone here does.
So what, his opinion matters more?
Sometimes that's what it is.
That's fucked up and you know it.
I would like you to roll, I think, empathize.
Oh boy, a whole one die. All right, I'm gonna use one of the good ones.
Can't
Okay,
even
come
do
on.
anything to help.
You cannot, because this is Cary's fight.
I think y'all can. Didn't y'all take the ability to be able to help each other?
We have that group ability.
Yeah,
thing.
but like,
Yeah, but we don't have any links to do that.
yeah,
No.
you don't have any links, and also you don't know that this is something that Cary is doing.
That's true.
Fair.
So there's like,
Yeah, I think we have like some kind of ability where we can help even if we're not together, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
understand
but,
if
like,
that's not what you
there's-
want to do character-wise.
I just feel like I don't know how the characters would like telepathically know that Cary is having a hard time.
Fair.
Yeah. Also the stakes are not super high with this, so
Yeah. Okay, and I mean it's high to Cary. This is like what they love to do.
yeah.
It is a 5.
A 5. Okay. That is a mixed success. So I think that confirms to Cary, like in the little glimmer of whatever care for humanity, you've reserved it for a handful of people. And this is one of them. And you are right. This is wildly uncharacteristic. Something must be going on. But you're not sure what, and you don't think you're going to get past any barriers that he is putting up for you right now.
All right. Here's what we're going to do, Jose. We are going to have this discussion tomorrow. And today, you and I are going to get some food. We don't even have to go out to a restaurant. We can order something and then take it back. And we're going to eat some food, and we're going to watch a very shitty B horror movie. And we're going to turn our brains off for as long as that movie is going on. And then once it ends, you can choose whether or not you want to talk about things. But I'm not leaving you alone. And I'm not just going to let this slide. You are my friend, and I love you. And that sometimes means that I'm going to stick around, even if you don't want me to.
Harry, go home.
Would you have let me go home when you found me wandering? Would you have left me alone?
It's like the words don't hit him. He just repeats, go home.
There's like a moment in Cary's head. What are you going to do if I don't?
I don't care what you do. I'm going home.
All right. I guess I'll be your shadow then.
He's
You know
fine.
me well
Suit
enough.
yourself.
You know me well enough by now. You know that I'm the most stubborn person on the planet.
He begins to walk out of the place. He has gathered up his bag and he begins to walk out.
Cary follows and is going to send a text to the veteran group chat and is just going to ask, does anyone know what's up with Jose? There are no emojis.
You wait a little while. You don't get an immediate response from that group chat.
Cary's following.
You follow, and at some point, he gets to his car and like he turns around. He's like, just go. Why won't you just go?
Because I told you already, you're my friend and I love you. There's nothing that you can do that will drive me away.
I'm gonna have you make another empathize roll. I or maybe defy in this case. I think you are being defiant.
Cary
in
is
this
being
case.
directly defiant because he's like, go home, Cary. And Cary's like, no, actually, fuck you.
There's any one thing that Cary is.
It's defiant.
Defiant
Really
is
defiant.
Cary's whole thing.
Truly.
Okay, so that is a 1 and a 6. All that matters is that 6, baby.
I love how Elle is always like, I want to roll poorly, and then gets
Not
the
for my
actual
friends.
rolls and is like, the only person I want to roll poorly for is me.
Yes, that is correct.
It's almost like this whole thing is about teamwork, Elle.
You push back, and you don't push back physically in this moment. You're pushing back emotionally. And it's like your words are being repelled. It's like you never felt this emotional barrier with Gutierrez-san. He was always very forthright with you, open even if you never like spoke in a moment or just were meditating. You never felt that there was any closed offness. But it's like you just can't get past something. It feels, and it's not, it feels different. It feels wrong. It feels the way you felt in the dreaming when you ever got close to connecting with someone there. The only person you broke through with was Corvus in the dreaming. And he does not back down.
No one is alone. You are certainly not alone. And I don't care what walls you have put up. I don't care if I have to break through them, hit by hit. I don't care if I have to sit outside them until you let me in. You are my friend, and that means that I am not just there for the good times. I am here for the hard times too, and there is no way that there's nothing you can do that will drive me away. There is no amount of broken you can be that will scare me.
You
I
say
can,
go ahead.
I can take whatever darkness you have. I am strong enough. You have taken my darkness. You have cradled it. Now let me hold yours.
Is it fair to say you reach out and like you make a physical connection with
Yeah,
him?
Cary's like reaching out.
You make that physical connection, and like he full on winces. He doubles over, like kind of slumps down in front of his car. He kind of rouses himself back, and he says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I must be hungry or something. Am I tired?
Hey, that's all right. That's why I suggested food.
Says, yeah. Food actually sounds great. Did we dismiss the class early? Man, I'm really not feeling myself.
Hey, that's all right. There was some sort of, so one of the parents got very pissy because they wanted their child to learn self-defense, which we are not ready for in any capacity. We are still learning how to safely demonstrate moves. And then I got a little mean with that parent, but I was very firm, and you were not very happy with the way that I handled it. And so we dismissed class. It was one of the rich parents.
Oh, yeah, no, that that makes sense. No, I remember it happening. I don't. You do have to walk on eggshells around that guy. Like,
I've never been the best at that. I'm more of bull in a china shop.
no, it's fine. No, I remember I was there, Cary. That's not what I'm talking about. Um, look, sorry, I don't know why I snapped at you that way. That wasn't okay.
It's all right. It wasn't okay, but it's all right. Sometimes I get snappy too.
He says, "Yeah, let's go grab a bite. Let's just
Yeah.
get out of here. My class is dismissed. We have a moment." So,
We'll grab a bite, we'll watch some terrible, terrible movie. I've been looking at a couple of them.
oh man, okay. He's, he agrees to it, but he definitely knows your taste in movies. So yeah, and I think yeah, as far as like obligation phase, you go hang out with Gutierrez son for a little
Yeah, I
bit.
think that the main source of stress is what is happening? Why is this rich parent being so weird? Why is Goots being so weird? Everything is so weird. So Cary is sitting there and eating the food and enjoying the movie, and it tastes a little bit like sand in their mouth because their job is not done and something is going after one of the only people that they still care about.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
they're gonna also send a text in the magical beings group chat and just say something messed with my friend Gutierrez-san. He was angry and snappish, but when I touched him, he seemed to snap out of it. We need to investigate the beach now. There are no emojis.
Yeah. That text goes out, but let's focus in on a different character. This could be before this happens. I think that's going to be the inciting incident for downtime. So where do we find who wants to go next? Who wants to describe not Jaden? Never. Where do we find Nif?
Well, first of all, Nif has absolutely been sending Cary affirmations and not a lot of them to be intrusive, but just like every like twice a day. Just little like, hey, you're wonderful, you're brave, you're strong, we love you, you're so precious to us, you're so precious to me. Just like little like musical, just a little like quick thing in Cary's head. Just, you know, just reminders that Cary is remembered and precious.
You are really not liking the idea of a no Cary season 2.
No, none of us are. Okay. I just
Even if it's a
no.
Caryless season 2, Nif is not going to let this, Nif sees. You are part of Nif's harmony. And
Aww.
Nif sees. Speaking of Nif and obligations and seeing things, Nif probably has to have a meeting with her parents, possibly with Helios. To like talk about the whole getting married.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I think
many-
Nif would arrange for a meal at a very nice restaurant, would organize with her parents' assistants to ensure that they were in town, had the time, it was in their calendars. Talking talking to Helios. It's
Yeah.
just like
I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Helios is the kind to wear his good t-shirt to these kind of things. You know what I mean?
Yep. He has, it's funny because I think he has one really good suit that he has no idea how expensive it is. But I think Nif will just say, we're going to a really nice restaurant. Wear what you feel comfortable in a nice place.
He says, "Yeah, yeah, I got the one t-shirt with the buttons." And
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that will be amazing. And I
yeah,
think Nif also won't be like, she has a few pieces of clothing that are designer that are like high, like the kind of old money, high end that isn't flashy, that is just incredibly tailored and like beautiful fabrics. But I think she's going to wear something that she, would wear for a really nice date with Helios. Be herself.
yeah.
At this, which I mean, obviously isn't going to help her stress levels because she is very aware of the kind of. I think she would get one thing she would do is she would get Helios some kind of like a sport coat
Okay.
from like a thrift store or something, or like from some kind of mall type
Yeah, this
clothing
is
place.
one of those places where like he has to wear the coat
Yeah,
into the place.
yeah,
And you could get one there, but they're definitely going to judge you, and you definitely don't want that.
yeah. So I think making as few waves as possible, just something that is not expensive, that like, but he would feel comfortable in. You
Mhm.
know, if you don't wear it, they're gonna not let you in, or you're gonna have to use one of theirs, which is always a little gross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is yeah, I mean like it feels I mean, I wore the suit when we got at the courthouse, so it feels weird to wear it to a restaurant.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I just, I want you to be comfortable because this is, maybe it'll go great. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe they will not show up. Maybe they'll send their assistants. We can have a lovely dinner with their assistants. Oh God. But yeah, I'm sure they already know because lawyers. Um, but yeah, we should probably tell my parents. So, and hey, we need to tell your parents too at some point.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I mean, they know already. When we go visit them, we'll go visit them.
I love your parents.
Yeah, and they love you. How many times has Helios met your parents? Did they like do your parents understand that you are like an item
Yeah,
as
I think
is? Okay.
I feel like they think that it is a kind of fling that
Mm,
like once I graduate, I will become the person that I am meant to be. Um, I will talk with some venture capitalists, set up all my labs, um, and find a suitable partner to build a prosperous future.
so the vibe is that they are aware of him but dismissive
Yeah,
of him.
yeah. I'm sure they think he's a very nice young man who, you know, um, will be forgotten someday in the face of the real future of Winifred.
Mhm.
Parents really are Emily and Richard Gilmore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They are, harder, better, faster, more parents.
It's like when they meet Luke and they're just like
Yep.
so nice, but everything they're saying is an insult.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Vulture capitalists. I love that.
Vulture.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and get an obligation roll for
All
Nick.
right. So what are we rolling? I think
It is the lowest of sun, moon, stars.
they are all the same at 2 dots. So I get
Woo.
Yeah.
or 2 dice.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 6.
Oh, you're fine. Like you are prepared and ready
Your
for
parents
this.
don't show up.
That's so funny.
to
I'm
meet
kind of
with the
sad that I rolled so
assistants.
high 'cause
I'm not. I'm so glad you rolled high. I'm so happy you rolled high.
I
Only
want
I'm allowed to
eclipse.
do bad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You show up at this restaurant, getting ready. Helios like took a long time. He's like getting ready, and like he's tried to do something with his hair, and he's like, does it look okay? Like even as you're like going to the, like, you think they're gonna be,
Sweetheart, it is wonderful. It is perfect. You are perfect.
is this one of those places where I have to know what fork to use?
Yes. But you know what? First of all, start from the outside in. Oftentimes they will bring you new cutlery with the different courses. But just follow my lead. I don't care if you ask questions, because I think it's all dumb rules anyway.
I think he just holds your hand tight for the moral support.
Yeah, I think on the way there, Nif is just kind of humming to him, just kind of her normal bringing melody in to kind of soothe everything to
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, you come in, you tell the maitre d, what party you're with, and your parents are already there.
I
And
think Nif would take the maitre d aside briefly and just like slip him a very large tip and be like, just make this the most relaxed, comfortable meal, please.
yes, madam.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
yeah, you get to the table. Your parents are there. They're dressed very, very nicely. And your father and mother stand up to greet you. They greet Helios as well. And they say, "Oh, we're so glad to see you. So glad we could have dinner." And they sit down and begin to like look at the menu together. Your parents have already like asked for a wine and everything. So we've already, your mother says, we've already picked a wine. Don't worry about that.
Amazing. I know you have wonderful taste in wines. Um, and maybe we could get some champagne because this is kind of a celebratory meal. I don't know if your lawyers let you know that Helios and I got married recently.
Your parents, for a moment, just look at each other and they look at you and they say, we did find out. We're only a little sad you didn't tell us, but your mother says, I think I understand why. And this is no offense to you, Helios. You are wonderful. But I know you feel that we have a lot of expectations of you, and we still do. But if you're happy, we're happy for you.
Really? I mean, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we can work this out. We'll need to get some paperwork out of the way and deal with that. But that's not talk for dinner. Now, of course, you will be working full time at the company.
Hmm. Um, Probably not. I think we have other plans. Um, just um
Oh, not you, Nif. Helios. You need a salary in order to give our daughter the necessary lifestyle. And Helios is like, I I'm studying. I want to be a professor. I don't even know. I don't know how to work in insurance. And your father says, neither did I, but made the best of it. Um,
you know, I think that Helios is going to be an incredible professor. And I think that I am more than capable of determining what kind of lifestyle I would like to keep. And maybe that will be a different lifestyle than what you had pictured.
Now, Niv, don't be silly. I know that you have lofty dreams, and we're going to, of course, support it. Your education and the research you're doing have massive synergy for some of our subsidiary companies. So you'll be brought in under the umbrella of the company as well when you're done with schooling.
I don't think I will be. I think I'm going to do some independent work, some really heavily research focused, some work that I want to, put back out into the world in a less than profit driven way. One might even say a not for profit sort of way.
Your father gets a little annoyed and says, Nif, Winifred, you don't. Your mother has made a lot of arrangements to bring Helios on, and has also started work to give you a company when the time is right. This, just go along with it. There's none. She's worked very hard to do this for you.
I really appreciate that hard work. I just wish that you had talked to me about that first so that you didn't have to do that hard work, because that's not the direction we're going, unless, by some crazy circumstance, Helios becomes totally not himself and decides to do that. But Helios is going to be an incredible professor.
Your mother says, clearly, Winifred, you don't know what's best. You will be happier if you do this, and you will thank me when later on down the road. For right now, this is what you are supposed to do. We did not raise you to run a non-profit and live in squalor. Now, we can, of course, set up some philanthropic organizations that you can run and hold galas and fundraisers, and do some good. But your work should be lifting you up to the level you were born into.
No. No, thank you. I appreciate the incredible start I had in life. And I'm going to use that privilege to come down from the top floor penthouse and do some work at ground level.
Your father says, now, Winifred, don't be hasty. Don't, just consider it. And your mother says, no, she's made her decision. No reason for us to be here. No reason for us to even be around. And she kind of scoots her chair back to begin to get up and leave.
I hope that when given some additional time to think things over, that you recognize that you raised me to be smart and capable and independent. And that's what I'm being.
What you're being, Winifred, is foolish. And she grabs her purse and she says, come on. And your father kind of looks at you, looks at her, and he says, she's doing something good for you. There's no reason to be like this.
She's doing something good for her. Not for me. Not for Helios.
Helios pipes up and he says, Nif is the smartest person I know by a mile. She's the sweetest, kindest person. And if you think she lives in any sort of poverty because of that, you're just wrong. Your father says, well, just call your mother, talk to her. It was good to see you, but I'm sorry. I will handle the bill on the way out.
Thank you, and I understand. And yes, we will speak again soon.
I think he gives you a kiss on the cheek and a hug, and he shakes Helios's hand. He says, and he makes his way out. And at about that time, the waiter comes by with the champagne.
Darling, would you like to toast our recent nuptials and then maybe head out?
He says, I would love to.
You know, I bet you there's something playing at the drive-in theater. And I feel like that would be amazing.
Yeah, let's have this champagne and let's get the hell out of here.
Amazing. Yep. Yeah. I'm glad I'm here with you. And not them.
I hope one day they'll come around, but
well, you know, that is up to them. I can only do so much without giving up who I am. And this here, what we have, and the life we want to make is worth more to me.
and I like you. I like your heart, your compassion. And if your mom can't see that, then she can't see it.
Sometimes sometimes when you're a strong, independent person, you raise a strong, independent person, and it's hard to see them choosing something apart from the path that you've set up.
Well, shocker that a hard-headed woman raised a hard-headed woman.
Oh, you know what? Karaoke. Let's do karaoke.
Karaoke and
Karaoke.
I love you, Winifred.
Oh God. Oh, that is. Oh, it is always so weird to hear my name called it's so weird to hear me called that. It doesn't feel like who I am. I will forever be your Nif. Okay, champagne. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, that we cut away from that. You have a night with Helios. Your parents have left. We'll see how that resolves out in time. But for right now, we move away from Nif and Helios. Where do we find Janus?
I think Janus is being pulled really hard in two different directions. I think that obligation is especially difficult for her right now because where her head is at and is also leaving not much room for anything else is thoughts about Cary and about how Janus before this mission was really ready to take that first step with Cary, but then Corvus showed back up, and then Cary's kind of like spinning out and then losing her empathy on stuff, and she's just really like unsure how to act around her and like what she wants and needs right now and what role she plays now and what role Corvus plays right now, and is like really up in her head about that. And yet obligation. All right. So I think what obligation looks like for Janus is that she tries to go to class and she tries to go to whatever the name is of her like student occultist student group
Moonflower.
is looking for Moonflower.
Yeah.
And I think that the angle that I'm looking for here is like I want to find Moonflower, either if not like physically absent, then like mentally and emotionally absent, as Moonflower is like spending time with Agatha Vogel.
Mhm.
And I want Janus to meet Agatha Vogel.
Yeah.
Where
You have you've been going to, so finals happened. They were proctored by a TA because Moonflower has taken a sabbatical. Yeah, you all get, you get notified by, well, you get told by the TA when you ask. Yeah, that Professor Day is on a sabbatical for personal reasons. And yeah, the TA doesn't give you much information, but yeah. So Moonflower is not around. I forgot what we called your occultist group.
Let me see if I have it in my notes real quick. Do I have it written down?
the POW, the pagans,
POW.
occultists, and Wiccans.
Yes.
That's right. Yes, POW. The POW meeting goes on. It's kind of student led. No, they haven't found another faculty member to run it, but it's it's still happening. They're still meeting in the last week of this term. So yeah, and you see if you go to PAL, you see a familiar face. Priya has shown up a second time to this club. She's just talking to people. Like since there's not like any structure going on, it just has ended up kind of a social hour for all the baby goths at the school.
The baby goths. I think Janus will screw up her nerves and gather up her courage and go over to where Priya is talking to folks, and kind of like nervously like stands on the outside of that circle for a minute, looking for like a chance to kind of insert herself. Like doesn't really find one, but just kind of like awkwardly laughs a little bit too loud at a joke that someone else said, to kind of like insert herself and announce herself.
All right, let's go ahead and get your obligation roll and see how things go from here.
I'm still rocking a 0 in, so I'm going to roll 2 and take the lowest. That's going to be a 2.
A 2. So you take.
Oh no!
You take 4 stress.
Okay.
Janice is just such a nervous creature.
Janice is so full of anxiety. I'm so worried for her constantly.
Perhaps roof of Janice, this baby can hold so much anxiety. Yeah. You feel like you're waiting for like an inordinate amount of time to insert yourself into the conversation, and no one has really noticed you're there. Until finally, like, you gain the courage to like speak up in a moment, and then Priya turns, sees, oh, Janice, hey.
Do you like ice cream?
Yes, I do. Rocky Road is my favorite. Yeah, I would love to.
Okay. I would too. Did you say Rocky Road is your favorite?
Yeah, Rocky Road. Yeah.
Is that the one with the marshmallows?
Yeah, marshmallows and nuts and things. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite
Interesting
flavor?
choice. But you're allowed to have your own favorite flavor ice cream. That's fine.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a place by the student center. Do you want to get out of here?
Um, look, you know what? Yeah, I would like to.
Awesome. Okay. Um, cool. Janice just says bye to like the center of the room to no one in particular and starts leaving to go with Priya to the ice cream counter at the student center.
Yeah. You head over there. It's kind of an awkward walk. Do you start any topics of conversation during the walk itself?
Yeah, Janice starts listing just like everything that she knows about Priya to Priya, and she's like, so you like tarot cards?
It's kind of a new thing for me. That was like, I was interested in it, and you kind of ran off during that reading. So
Yeah, I got scared about of you, but it's better now. And yeah, do you want to see my tarot cards? I have, and she reaches into her vest and pulls out her little like cyber deck tarot.
yeah, Priya will take them, and she's looking at them, and she's like, I like the art on these.
Yeah, thanks. I guess I didn't draw it, but I have it. Makes me feel a certain amount of like possessiveness over it, I guess. Do you have tarot cards?
I don't. I was looking at them at the bookstore, but I didn't know if I wanted to get, tarot cards from a chain store, like, is that
Yeah,
is that benefiting an artist? I know these types of things take a lot of work, and do you want to just get the regular Rider Waite? I've been researching about them, uh, and then there's also oracle cards, which I don't understand what that's all about, but
oh yeah, those are great. Those ones are, I think Oracle cards are interesting because they're just kind of like picture cards. And there's a lot of, as you know, because you've been studying this and, trying to pick out the right one, there's a lot of history and context and meaning already assigned to like the established tarot cards. And there's kind of like an implied like right and wrong way to do it. But with Oracle cards, there's not that much meaning assigned to the images that come with them. So you kind of get to like make up your own story, which can be really liberating in a way, I think, I find personally myself.
yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I might grab both then. Yeah, might grab a tarot deck and maybe some oracle cards that look cool.
Do you want to practice? Would you like to do a reading for me?
Oh, with these cards, with this deck?
Sure.
Sure. I don't know what any of the cards mean still, but
That's fine. We can look at them together and we can figure it out.
yeah, you get to the student center, and you get your ice cream. You are sitting down, and
Plain vanilla, please.
plain vanilla. Oh, she realized that she said that out loud. She says, It's. I'm not sorry. Didn't mean. I don't mean to sound judgy. Just that's not usually some people put mix-ins into plain vanilla, but that's
Yeah.
interesting."
Plain vanilla
Yeah.
is delicious. Fuck you.
Have you ever had plain vanilla ice cream with snickerdoodle cookies? It's
It's not
goddamn.
plain vanilla anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's not
cookies
plain
in it.
vanilla.
You have it with like you make it like a little ice cream sandwich. It's still vanilla ice cream.
But it's
inside
not
the
plain
snickerdoodles.
anymore.
I'm with you, Chantel. I'm with you.
Yeah.
The thing is that with a good plain with a plain good vanilla, the ingredients and the creaminess of the ice cream and the flavor of the vanilla really have a chance to shine through. You can't make crappy ice cream and have a good plain vanilla. But if you fill it with
Exactly.
flavors and all kinds of other chunky shit, then you can have crappy ice cream and not even notice it
Exactly.
because it's masked by
I
too much of
have
the other stuff.
Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice
Exactly.
cream in my freezer, and I enjoy it just as vanilla ice cream too. So you are preaching
Good.
to the choir.
Sorry, Priya, I don't mean to be on the group chat right now. What were we saying?
Yeah,
For
Priya
some
says,
reason, my friends
no,
were
that
chiming in about my choice of vanilla ice cream.
yeah. Priya's like, no, that makes sense. And just above the table, Mal is with you about the vanilla ice cream. Priya is the one who's a little like, okay.
Yeah, that's because
Interesting.
Priya is wrong and she's terrible.
And through the power of fantasy roleplay,
Mhm.
we can experience a lot of different opinions and preferences,
Including wrong ones because Priya is the
including
worst.
wrong ones. I mean, I am like the one who brought up Team Vanilla in the first place. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sure Priya is lovely
No,
and very right for Janus.
incorrect.
Cary?
When did Cary log on to this Zoom call?
How did you get here?
I'm Cary. I want to flirt with Corvus, but I don't want Janus to flirt with anybody else.
Ooh,
shit. Shots
Shots
fucking fired.
I will
Definitely
say
need that ice cream now. Damn.
I have no empathy, but tons of jealousy.
this is something we're going to talk about in the after show because I think that Cary's dynamic with Corvus is very funny because they don't realize that they're flirting with Corvus. And they did not realize that they were flirting with Corvus until Corvus betrayed them and then kissed them. And now they're like, well, we'll go back to the original dynamic and nothing will have to change. And they still don't realize that they're flirting with Corvus.
But back to Priya.
Yes.
Ethical non-monogamy.
Priya gets Rocky Road and then puts chocolate syrup, more nuts, like a bunch of stuff on top of it. It is
I'm not sure this is going to work out.
you
after
are looking at a flavor and texture full broad experience in a bowl for her.
So, like, what do you get out of that? It just looks like an awful lot.
Every bite is a little different.
I would hate that.
Oh, she says, people like different things, and that's okay.
It's true. I have had quite my fill of people wanting other things, to tell you the truth, right now, tonight, at this moment. But anyway.
How many cards should I pull? What's the whole, how do you do this?
Well, pull 3. And one of the simplest readings you can do is a 3-card spread, where the first one talks about the past or your context or your history. And the second one signifies your present situation. And the third one, opportunities for the future. You kind of get to time travel through these cards this way. It's great. Do you have your deck handy, Mel?
I do not, and I was trying to use the Terra API, forgetting that it just spits out JSON. And okay, yeah, pull some cards.
Okay. Dot.
Chantel, how could you do this? Listen,
I
Priya
don't know
can
what
be
you're
added to the
talking about.
polycule, but only if she passes the vibe check.
I'm
King of
real Laura
Cups.
Bailey tonight.
Upright.
Okay. Wow.
Do you want me to keep going?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and pull your 3 cards. Let me know what they are, and
Okay.
we'll go.
King of Cups, High Empress, Death.
Okay. She says, Now, I know the death card doesn't mean death, but it still looks a little scary.
Absolutely, yeah. Look at his little skull face.
Yeah. She like looks at them and she's like a little bit nervous. She's like, sorry, I know that cups are like emotions.
Yeah.
Um,
So you already know a lot more than you let on. And this card embodies emotion. It depicts someone who is kind of you know, has mastery of that domain, which is kind of, I don't know, is something I would have to ruminate on and reflect on, because right now I don't feel very in control of my emotional life or my love life at all. So maybe the cards are being ironic.
mhm.
Let's see. What does the High Priestess mean? Desmond says to himself as he looks
Yeah.
it up. I just
Google
Googled
is your
tarot
best
dozens.
friend.
Yeah.
High Priestess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that's like subconscious world, like intuition,
Oh, it's
spiritual
Nif.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of the like more spiritual like dichotomy to the Hierophant, I think, which is more like imperious. So
Okay. And I share that. It's kind of yeah,
And we don't know
intuition.
anybody imperious in this room.
and then death. Janice points to the last card. Isn't literal death, but it's just like a change. The end of one thing and the beginning of another, a transformation. Entering a new phase.
I think Priya gets on her phone and she's like looking up the meanings of the cards while like you're explaining it too. And she says, yeah, it seems like the High Priestess is to like trust your gut in a way, like
Yeah.
trust your intuition. Um and that's supposed to be your present, right?
Yeah. To trust
Okay.
my intuition, to lead me into a new phase, into some kind of change.
Yeah, it sounds like yeah, it sounds like you know, you used to feel like maybe in control of your emotions. Now you're trying to figure stuff out and change is on the horizon, maybe?
Maybe. I'll have to think about this. I feel like what this means to me on the surface is that, and this is getting a little personal, so sorry to dump on you. I know that we just met, but there is a person in my life that I really like and that I wanted to be with and that I thought wanted to be with me. But now my intuition says that maybe that they aren't ready or aren't capable or aren't willing to be with me in that way. And so maybe this is telling me to move on to something different, to a different phase.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
Yeah, I'm stressed out about it. Quantifiably, I would say that I'm for stressed about this.
Janice would be the one to measure her stress on a 1 to 10 scale. So
I feel close to halfway to losing it over this.
Priya says, yeah, no, I know how that feels. Yeah, I dated people in the past, and sometimes you just or been interested in people in the past. Sometimes you gotta just decide that you either want to confront it or you want to just leave it in the past.
I guess the thing for me is that I haven't really confronted these feelings or this person about these feelings yet. And I don't feel like I'm ready to leave it in the past all the way until I at least do that. But I also feel like I'm running out of time.
Priya just kind of nods and says, yeah, that's good for you to like acknowledge and know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, do you want me to do you now?
Sure.
Keep your mouth shut, Chantel.
I don't know why people keep saying that I'm saying things. I'm not saying anything.
You just said it with your face. And we can cut scene there. I won't go through another draw.
Okay. Yeah. You have your ice cream, you do a reading, and I think as you're walking away, Priya says, well, this was fun. I don't I'm sorry ahead of time for what I'm about to say. But you're really cool and I want to be friends with you, and I'm not sure what you expected to happen on this, but I don't think we're compatible in that way. In
Oh,
any
okay.
romantic way. But I would love to still be friends with you. Hang out with you.
Sure, yeah. Is there any specific reason that you think that we're not compatible? Would you like to give me some feedback?
You're kind of hung up on someone else right now, and I
Yes.
think you need to figure that out. Really.
That's quite astute of you. Although I did say that quite out loud, like several times.
Yeah, you did. And again, like maybe we just don't know each other that well right now, and I'm still new here. I'm still trying to get my own footing here. I just transferred over, so let's hang out again sometime, but as friends.
Okay, I think I would like that. And we could, keep practicing tarot together. And I know that you are into robotics and time travel, you said earlier.
Yeah.
Which is a very kind of unique interest.
Yeah, it is it's more of, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a hobby of mine. I don't know what I'm going to study. I don't know what I'm going to study going forward. I'm just, I'm getting my physics degree, and like we might even have classes together in the future. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, no, I mean, you read about, can you even go back in time? Like, does it require faster than light travel? All these things, like, can you break causality by moving faster than the speed of light towards, like, you see a supernova, you travel faster than light to the supernova, you travel back in the past before the supernova happens. Like, that's just like,
yeah, I find it's best not to sweat the details too much. Anyway, I'm sure that we will see each other a lot around campus because of all the things that we just mentioned, our mutual interests. And yeah, I had a fun time tonight, Priya. And you know what? Honestly, I thank you for kind of laying out your like feelings and kind of like boundaries around this relationship early on, because that really helps me understand where we're at. So anyway, I had a lot of fun. Good night.
Yeah, she kind of gives you an awkward wave and says, good night. And you split your different ways.
Yeah.
And we still have one more obligation scene, but before we get there, we should take our break. So we're going to be back in 10 to 15 minutes, and we hope to see you soon.
Woo!
Welcome back, everyone. So we just finished the obligation phase for Nif, Janus, and Cary. So now we focus on our last coconut. Oh, why is the name not coming to mind?
Callie.
Callie.
I don't
Callie,
have
we're
it listed either on the Zoom. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Callie, where do we find you right now as obligation begins to call to you, your mundane world?
I think that probably waking up, getting ready, going downstairs so that I can get to classes. We'll see if mom's home and what might she be doing.
Your mom is home. She is downstairs and she is pulling like food out of the cabinet and setting it on the counter. There's also like a garbage bag like full of things.
What's up?
She says, "No carbs. We can't we have too many carbs in this house."
Again?
Again, we can't lapse even for 1 second.
Mom, your body needs carbs to like fuel itself throughout the day. You don't have to go like carbo load or anything, but like a little bit is okay, Mom. You're not gonna.
I don't want to hear that from you. Like, just because you refuse to do any of this doesn't mean that you get to judge me for taking care of myself. Before this goes any further, let's roll obligation.
Okay. I know it's been done 3 times before I went. What do I do again?
So sun, moon, stars, whichever is lowest.
Stars is lowest with 2.
Okay.
That's 2 dice.
Yep.
4
One
and a
day
5.
I'm gonna kill your mother.
All right. With a 5, you only gain 1 stress. So
We will collectively.
Yes.
It's like the big group project. Everyone wants to kill my mom.
Exactly. We're gonna kill your mom and then we're gonna kill Nif's parents.
All right, 1 stress. Not okay.
yeah.
And if Priya's an incident,
No, we like Priya. Priya's
Rude.
fine. Listen.
do we like
She
Priya?
seems very emotionally mature, so I think she's passed the vibe check to get into the group polycule because we need more emotional maturity.
Okay.
You're not
Okay.
wrong.
But yeah, your mother says, like, you refuse to, I do not refuse to. I'm going to take care of myself.
I will stifle myself from laughing. All right. Good luck with that. I've got to go to class. And I will grab some delightful looking carb that she's throwing away.
Yeah, there's like an unopened box of cookies that clearly your mother had just like stashed away somewhere.
Oh, perfect. Cookies. Thanks, Mom. And I'm gonna head out.
She like you like do her like right as you're heading out before she can even like acknowledge what has happened, and you see the like the flash of anger in her face as you head out the door.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna head to class. Before I arrive, I'm gonna shoot Cam a text. Mom's throwing away carbs again. ... I think I need to move out. ... I'm gonna send and I'm gonna drive to school.
Yeah, you are on your way to class. You get a response from Cam. They say, "Oh, where are you going to move to?"
So I am safely car parked at school. Great question, LOL. Somewhere without stairs? Question mark. And carbs. Heading to class. Want to meet up later?
They say, "Yeah, I would love to meet up."
Awesome. I'll let you know when I'm out of class.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's the tail end of the term. You're having the last little wrap up your classes. You've already like turned in your portfolio, gotten feedback on it. So it's just, there's only like a few like, non-art classes that you have to tangle with at the moment. So class isn't too difficult for you.
Okay. Yeah, and those classes that are like you finished finals, but you still have to come do a thing. Yeah, I hate them, but they're
Yeah.
fun.
Yep. Yep. You
That
suffer
art
through
school life, baby.
it. You suffer through it and you get out. Where are you going to meet up with Cam?
Probably the coffee shop we've gone to. I feel like we've gone a couple times now.
Yeah. Yeah, Cam is there. Like kind of waves from you, like waves at you from one of the tables. You get your order and go sit down.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. Things are getting a little tight. Have to kind of tighten the belt a little bit. I haven't had much opportunities for work lately, since the art supply shop closed down.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you've found anything else yet, or what the hell's going on with that?
No, honestly, as a lot of businesses are shuttering right now. So
Yeah, shit's been weird around here. Yeah, I think I need to not be around my mother, at least not all of the time, like I am forced to be. So I think I have to start looking into the whole moving out thing. But also, I'm sick of having to deal with the stairs every day too. Mom is insistent if I just do the stairs enough, somehow my disability is going to magically heal itself.
do you ever think do you ever think that she's right about things?
That if I got smaller, my disability would go away?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about it plenty, but I also know plenty of people who are significantly thinner than me who also have the same chronic conditions. So it's like, I don't know. Either way, I know that the way that my mother tries to attain health looks a lot like an eating disorder. And I'm not interested in that. I mean, she's been trying to get me to lose weight since I was like 7. So you do enough dieting over the years and you do enough of having to go to school with Slim Fast, and you learn that some bodies are just different. I mean, I've also been like the tallest girl in my class, like since 4th grade. So I don't know. It's complicated.
I mean, can you fault her for trying to eat better and make herself better?
You're kind of on one today, huh?
I mean, maybe we've gone about things all wrong.
Above the table, is this before or after Cary has sent the message about Goots being weird?
This is before.
Okay, cool. I mean, you're welcome. Y'all can do whatever the fuck you want. It's y'all's own bodies. It's more just the incessant trying to force it on me when I've clearly made it so that I don't, like I've made it very clear that her way is not my way.
I would like you to go ahead and I would say this is either like empathize or confess.
Hey. Empathize, I've got 2 in.
Okay.
So how many dice?
That's 2.
Just the 2? Okay. I
Yep.
never remember if it's an extra one or how it works. Ah, it's trying to run away from me. Is that 2 and a 6?
Oh, with a 6. You say that to them, sorry. And they kind of recoil and they're like, yeah, I really am on one. Sorry about that. No. Yeah, no, that's weird. Like, why is she getting rid of the food in your house again?
Oh, she does this all of the time. And it was funny because I was like, again, and she acted like this was, a new thing, but she's very hung up. Very, very hung up.
Yeah, yeah, no. I don't know why I said that to you. I don't really feel that way about it. Like, no,
Yes,
that's
very out of character for you. But I know that also we live in a society that tells us that we are supposed to look a certain way and that health looks a certain way. Even though that's really truly not the case. Yeah. I don't know, man. Weird day.
yeah. No, I've been super stressed out. I just, you know, it's hard when you don't know where your next paycheck's going to come from. I'm still selling some art here and there. You know, I
Super
I've
valid.
been bartending at some burlesque shows, but that's money here and there. It's not steady income.
Yeah. Um, do I know about Cam's living situation?
I would say yeah, you do. Yeah, like Cam has an apartment and a place to live. So
They live solo?
yeah, they live solo.
All right. Well, if you get to a point where you think you might need a roommate, I really need to get out of my house.
I really do need a roommate. I didn't want to ask. I felt like it was a little too far.
No, I mean, as long as, I mean, we're friends and we're friends for now. And I think being roommates would be totally cool. It would do me a favor, it would do you a favor. So yeah, if you want to chat more about that and work out details, I'm happy to.
They
Mom's gonna
say
take it so well.
she'll get over it. She'll find something else to throw herself into, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
You asked me when I knew that I was non-binary.
I did.
Why did you ask?
Yes, it's not something that I had thought about or considered before I met you. And like my friend Cary uses they them pronouns as well, but I've never talked to them about why or what that means for them. And things for the friend group have been a little chaotic lately. So yeah, I don't know. It's just I guess it's an option I didn't know existed. And now I'm curious.
How does it make you feel to think about yourself that way?
Oddly comforting and validating. It's like something clicked into place that's been loose my whole life. But I can't even get my mom to like chill about the fact that I fucking cut my hair off. I'm just taking this very slowly. I'm just trying to figure things out. I'm not ready for big changes. I'm curious.
Yeah. Cam looks again and says, "That's kind of how it felt for me too. It felt like the pieces were mixed up, and then I put them in the right place. It doesn't just because I don't fit in a binary doesn't mean that it's wrong, you know."
Yeah. Just
Well,
never-
if you want to use a different name or different pronouns, let me know.
I will. Thank you.
How are your friends? How are they doing? I know like all of
Ooh.
you are in classes. Like, finals treat you okay?
Yeah, I think, finals were like the least of our problems. Finals went fine. We're pretty good with like the group study sessions and stuff, so
What do you mean it was the least of your problems?
there's a lot of interesting things that I will share with you, I think. At some point, my friends and I are involved in something strange. Oh God, I'm making this sound way weirder than it.
All right, wizard, keep your secrets.
Yeah. Yeah. For now, it's just been a lot. There's just been a lot of things going on and a lot of interpersonal stressors and a lot of very big, important decision making, and weird things keep attacking our city, which is, a thing. So it's just a lot.
Weird things keep attacking the city.
Well, I mean, the whole thing that happened with the art store.
The microburst. What was that?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Yeah. Man, it's complicated.
It's really, well, I mean, it is a complicated weather phenomena. I mean, so yeah, I get that, but it's
Yeah, so like things like that just keep happening, basically, is more what I mean. I'm really thrown off with first my mom, and then you were acting kind of weird, and now I don't know. I'm a little, it's a weird day.
yeah. No, I'm sorry. I think I'm just under caffeinated.
Yeah, same. Let's just, yeah. Man, I'm so tired.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, if you need a place to crash, that's a little, like, you don't have to move in quite yet, but if you need a place to crash, and I have an extra room for now.
Sweet, thanks. Yeah, let's chat more about things, and I'll figure out how to tell my mother.
Yeah. I think you also just like spend time chatting. And towards the end of your time with Cam, I think that's when all of you get the text from Cary.
Oh, perfect. To which I will respond, Cam was acting weird AF too, with the yikes emoji, the grimace emoji. I'm very disturbed by the lack of emojis.
Cary is serious business now. No emojis here.
Yeah, serious business is when no emojis.
Yes, exactly. So Cary responds. No, wait, Cary doesn't respond. Cary is having food and movie with Jose. Cary doesn't respond yet. Cary will respond after food and movie and will say, meet up at the place.
Janice shows up at Arby's and then understands that she meant the hideout. they meant the hideout. Dang it.
Valid.
I feel like Nif probably pulls through, passes by the Arby's just
Which
isn't
place?
there.
You gotta specify. Callie would be the one to be like, Arby's or the hideout?
Cary responds, hideout, not hungry.
Still? Question mark.
I have eaten food in the week between.
Have you been hanging out with my mother? Cary's just worming their way in to get close to my mother.
It's all part of the plan.
Nif is totally gonna bring like homemade baked goods
Oh, hell yeah.
and like little cutouts of like wolves.
Aww.
Cute little wolf cookies.
Aww.
Just like I had some time and they have carrot in them. Because I have a lot of carrots. But they're
I'm
like
sure you do.
carrot cake. They've got really nice frosting. Would you
Cut
like a
away
cookie,
to
Cary?
Helios. Cut away to Helios opening the fridge, and it's all carrots. It's like,
Always was. Just like carrot cake and carrot loaf and
Carrot soup is really
carrot
good.
juice. Oh yeah, carrot soup, amazing. But yes, just like container of really adorable
could
wolf
have, like,
cookies.
Carrot mac and cheese.
Cary, would you like a cookie?
Yes,
I
Nif,
made
would.
them special for you.
They look wonderful. Thank you.
Adorable.
Look, Cary Chantel baked 2 wolf emojis.
Emojis.
Yes, emojis. We must pronounce it correctly.
Emojize.
Thank God, my mom's throwing away all the carbs again, and I pulled the box of
Again?
cookies out. Yeah, and then she acted like it was weird that I thought she was doing it again.
Why does she buy them just to throw them away? That makes no sense.
I agree, and I would have asked her if she wasn't being a colossal dick.
I'll ask her.
You know what? It's the lack of fat that she ingests not enough fat to keep her brain going.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Ah.
I'm like, Mom, you need carbs to make your brain do the thing. And no.
And she says,
apparently
no,
not.
I don't need carbs. I need air. I'm
I
a
even tried to tell
plant."
her, like, you can just do limited carbs. You don't have to like go carb crazy, but you also don't have to do the other. She needs help.
I think she needs to go to therapy or to prison.
Yeah, therapy would probably be more helpful.
I don't know. I've heard the prison system is getting massive reforms.
There's good prison therapy now.
Oh, really? It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that, Janus.
Well, I mean, it's part of the treatment and rehabilitation programs. You have therapy, you have yoga, you have occupational training.
Wonderful.
Isn't that great?
It is.
you all
That's all I know about prison reform.
That sounds so unrealistic under capitalism.
You all come to the hideout, and Kai is there.
Hello,
playing-
Kai.
Kai is playing the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, what game are you playing? Are you winning?
I am not sure. I am playing Mario Kart.
Ah, Mario Kart. I've heard of it.
Yes.
Is Kai playing the Switch in like a very like robot way? Is the Switch just like plugged into them and they're just like sitting there?
Yeah, it's like in their lap, they're controlling it, but like clearly there's no display going.
Is the display going across their face?
Yes.
I'm gonna look. Is Kai winning?
No, Kai is in 14th place. I have a high number.
Kai's playing.
I don't think
like
that you
Donkey
can
Kong,
get
just going
14th
backwards.
place. Hold on. How many places are in Mario Kart?
Isn't there 12?
Yeah, I think it's 12. How is she 14? Cary looks at it. The gears are kind of turning, and they go, I have never seen a number this high in Mario Kart. That is quite the achievement.
Does Kai think you win Mario Kart by spending the most time on the fishing hook from the guy in the cloud?
Yes.
And I found a delightful fishing game.
Did you know there was a mini game in here?
What?
Yes, if you go off the side, this friendly guy comes and picks you up.
I have never met this man before, but now I must.
What
The
are you all
real-
doing here?
The real Mario Kart prize was the friends we made along the way.
Well, my friend Jose was acting rather strange, and evidently Cam was acting similarly odd. I believe that there is something dreaming related going on, given the fact that when I was speaking to Jose, there was a strange wall similar to that of the dreaming. The only time I ever broke it down was with Corvus.
Like a physical wall?
It's an emotional wall.
Oh,
You know in Shrek the Musical, when he has his
Yes.
song about how he's going to build a wall and make it 10 feet high. And it's not
Oh,
a
yeah.
physical wall, it's an emotional wall.
It's a
Because he
metaphor.
feels heartbroken. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Shrek the Musical is true art.
Layers, like onions.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Callie.
I'm more of a parfait myself.
Yes, I believe
Parfait.
that makes sense for you. I think that people like parfaits more than onions. And people tend to like you more than onions as well.
Is that
But
what
you
it felt
know-
like?
Onions are so much more useful in the grand scheme of things.
True.
How grand of a scheme are we talking?
Well, I
The
mean,
grandest.
you wouldn't necessarily want to make a pasta sauce with a parfait.
That depends on what kind of parfait you're using. We're getting sidetracked. We need to focus on my friend and also
Yeah.
Callie's situation.
Callie, is
I've
that-
learned that word recently.
Friend.
That's a good
Situationship.
one.
We're
That's a good one,
Oh.
Gabe.
we're certainly friends.
Is that what it felt like for you, though, Callie? Did it feel like a Shrek the Musical wall when you were talking to Cam?
Maybe a
I-
little. It was
Actually-
like it was just they were acting very out of character. Like I was telling them about my mom, and they were like, "Devil's advocating my mom," and
Rude.
Ew.
it was
Oh.
very out of character.
Gutierrez-san was doing a similar thing with the parent. He came in and he was like, "My child needs to learn self-defense." Rah, 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 rah. And I was like, "That isn't useful because we're not to the point where they can safely do that." And he was like, "Shut up." And so if Jose did not intervene, I was going to challenge him to spar on the mat, but then Jose did intervene, and I value him more than I value a stranger's opinion of me.
Sure. Weird. Why? I don't like that.
No.
Do we have any idea where Blacktail went? Is this a Blacktail thing? Is this somebody else?
That's a good question.
I put him in the portal.
You put him in the portal, but I mean, the dreaming
Right.
portal, there's still the location on the beach.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to crawl out, assuming that he didn't die in the fall, I've heard that cats both land on their feet and have 9 lives, which seems a little unfair to other creatures.
Does feel unfair.
It's
I
only a
should
little
have
more than
18 lives.
2 lives per foot. Chantel, did you feel any weird Shrek walls today?
Hi, my name is Nif.
Hi, Niff.
Who's Chantel?
Did a little transdimensional time travel there for a second. Pardon me. I'm Janus Quinn.
Feel like
I,
Time traveler,
Chantel,
a
over here in
scientist.
Canada, did not feel any weird walls.
But Niff.
No, I don't think so. Helios was lovely. I mean,
Always is.
Yes.
sorry. We told my parents that
Oh,
we were
how did
married.
that go?
You know, at first, it seemed like it was going to go better than we thought. They were very lovely. And then they talked about Helios going to work at the insurance company and them setting me up, my own company under their company, and that Helios would have to work for the business to keep me in a lifestyle to which I've become accustomed, and that I was going to waste my potential if I wasn't with the business. And,
Yeah.
that was pretty much what I anticipated. I anticipated them being a little nastier, but, my mom stormed off
Hmm.
after I basically said no. No, thank you. This isn't the life that I'm choosing for myself. So we'll see what kind of financial repercussions that has. But I do have quite a large trust of my own money that isn't theirs to touch. So, worst comes to worst, I can set up my foundations and research and, support Helios becoming a professor and, continue to do charity work. And but I mean, it didn't feel like a weird wall. I'm not super close to them though, so maybe I wouldn't have noticed a wall. They're kind of, my mom especially is kind of a dick either way. But no, and then I mean, Helios was fine. And I mean, if there was going to be anybody with a wall, it would probably be him. Maybe because he's kind of been touched by the dreaming already, though.
Yes, he can't be affected if he's already been affected by somebody else's mind control.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it like chicken pox? You only get it once.
I don't know what that is. Why did the chickens have pox?
Some chickens just be having pox sometimes.
It's why they cross the road.
Oh, fascinating. People always say that, but I never know why. Now I have an answer.
Kai pipes up and says, Cary, you should honestly be aware of some of the communicable diseases out there. You may not have been exposed to some of them. Although most of your peers do have a herd immunity to said diseases.
I have my vaccines. I don't know what they're for, but I have them.
Oh, good.
Look, when I set up her insurance, I had her come to do some stuff at the clinic.
But I don't know why I should worry about chicken pox if it affects chickens. I am not a chicken.
It is most certainly a human disease.
What?
Yes.
Why would the chickens get it then?
No,
Mal doesn't know that why it's called chicken pox.
No, there's also cowpox. Which
is that another one that we have, or do the cows get that one?
I think it affected people who worked around cows a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They need better names for these diseases.
Interestingly, though, cowpox, people who had cowpox were then less susceptible to smallpox, which was very, very deadly.
So do only small people get smallpox, or is it named for something else? We haven't gotten to the disease unit yet.
No, anyone can get that, although it's mostly vaccinated against these days.
I have all the vaccines.
Yes,
You'll probably
you do.
Be fine then.
Oh, speaking of, we have another appointment for your strength shots at the clinic again in a month. I'd like to get you on the books for that.
Yes. I will get more vaccines. I will be stronger.
Sorry.
Guy says, well, if odd things are happening, it could be dreaming related. It does not sound like a normal incursion that we have encountered before, but I am here to help you investigate anything that might be going on.
Oh, Kai, you want to get back to the fishing line with little man? You're in 13th now.
Oh, yes. Drives immediately off of a cliff.
How you make friends. I mean, we probably Have we checked the news? Is there anything happening? Any strange weather events happening on the
Oh,
news?
yes, that would be helpful. We could also just like, so we can do a little bit of research and then go straight to the beach if we'd like to.
I really wish there was better ways to prepare ourselves. Like, we could power up or like something.
Perhaps. I mean, we have a couple of rooms. We could do something there.
Yeah, you do have some training rooms and things. So
Is anybody hurt?
Oh, yes, I'm incredibly hurt. I just realized that. I have so much blood loss. I just noticed that on my sheet. Oops.
I'm still lonely.
I have a level 2 despair.
This whole time, Cary's just been hobbling
Loneliness.
around,
Yeah.
I
profusely
have a
bleeding
level
everywhere.
2 anemic and a level 1 truth hurts that we never healed.
Oh dear.
Just like bloody and anemic. I'm like, tell me about chicken pox.
Bloody and anemic.
Full Victorian
I-
orphan
Oh,
over
Are
there.
you gonna go? Are you gonna spar with me? You and your
So much funnier the image of this rich man coming up to this like clearly like bloody tiny person and going, "Fight me," and then the tiny person going, "Yes, let's go."
Yeah.
I didn't realize Cary was like bleeding out through this entire sequence.
All right. So,
All right, raise your hand if you're hurt.
I am taking Cary. Nif is going to take Cary to the healing room, the healing space
Yep.
with the cookies.
Callie's bringing Janus. Let's go, Janus.
Let's all go and heal
Yes,
each other.
let's all heal.
And hey, since with my recent addition, I have split attention. I now get an additional action in each downtime, so I get 3.
Woo, nice.
Amazing.
And I get to start with 2 links with myself.
Nice. Yeah, so you have what do you have? You have the lounge, the library, the practice room, the healing space, and I think you have
We
the
have the garden.
Shrine of Eyes.
We have the Shrine of Eyes. We have the garden.
We have the garden. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I got the garden.
I'm emailing this image to myself because it's so fucking funny.
Oh, is it on Discord?
No, it's in the Twitch chat.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's fantastic. All right.
I'll put it in the Discord.
For people who are gonna watch this VOD on YouTube, Dozens posted a picture of a Klingon, and I think I remember what this is, but it's an image and it says the caption says everyone was harmed during the making of this video, and there is nothing more accurate than that right now.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god. Okay. So we have the healing room. We have healing space.
Yep. So, one of Nif's actions will be to feed and heal and whatnot. Cary, just settle you down, feed you some cookies, kind of like just like trying not to be too intrusive, because knowing that Cary is kind of feeling a little prickly, but also trying to be kind of an appropriate level of caretaking-y.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to brush your hair?
Not particularly.
All right. Sometimes it feels nice, that's all.
I don't like people touching my head or my hair. Freaks
Absolutely.
me out.
I respect that. Cookie?
Yes, I will take a cookie.
Just kind of. So, how are you feeling?
Honestly,
I'm always looking for honestly.
I feel fine. I know I sacrificed something to beat Storm. But honestly, I don't know what it is, and I don't care that I did it. Because in the end, I killed him, and that's what matters.
You did the thing that needed to be done.
Exactly. And I did it because he was going to hurt my friends. And
He was going to hurt a lot more than that.
I can't bring myself to care about that. I care that he was going to hurt you. And if others were caught in the crossfire, then their bodies will be added to the piles.
Ah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay. I have to have my rival in tip-top shape, after all.
Can I give you a hug?
You can.
And I think Nif kind of gathers up Cary in a very kind of gentle, sad hug. Just
Cary
kind of,
will hug back.
oh, Cary. You are so strong. We are so much better for having you here.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I'm with you. So I do have a question. You and Helios.
Mm-hmm.
How did you manage that? Do you just like say it out loud? You're like, oh, I have feelings for you. And what do you do if like somebody doesn't have feelings for you and then they're like, and you ruin your friendship irrevocably?
Well, I mean, we've known each other for a few years now. We met on like a campus event. And we just kind of got to talking, and we just never wanted to stop talking with each other, and listening to each other and being around each other. And eventually it just kind of, we were meeting around with other people, and then we were meeting with fewer people, and then um we will we were just meeting just the two of us, and we didn't want to stop meeting just the two of us. It just, it took a little bit of time, but I always felt like my best version of myself when I was with Helios. And like, and it's not always easy, relationships are never always easy. And I don't think anything that's really worth it is going to be always easy. But we're really committed to talking things out and listening, and not letting things fester. And but yeah, one day we were out, and we realized it was just the two of us, and I asked him if I could kiss him because I'm a little forward like that, and he said that he was hoping I would ask because he wanted to ask. And I think it just kind of happened naturally for us. But I mean, this was in a world before, for me, before the dreaming. I didn't have all the everything that made everything so urgent and critical. And so, I don't know what starting a relationship looks like, being in a relationship looks like with somebody when, I just got married with a day's notice, not even to protect him financially, and to know that I would have somebody there to watch over me if I ended up like Vogel. So obviously, relationships are different now. But I think, if they're a person that makes you feel like the best version of yourself, and you know that what you want is to help them be the best version of themselves, support them and understand them. I think everything is more critical now. Don't put off being happy.
Do you think that anyone could be happy with me?
Oh,
There's Janus up there nodding.
Nif is just going to take Cary's face in her hands and kiss her forehead and say, I fully 100% believe that someone will be happy with you, that being with you will be the best part of someone's life.
Thank you.
Of course. I love you.
I love you too.
Let's go ahead and get an action roll for this healing session.
Okay.
I believe it's probably empathize or confess.
I'm going to do empathize because I have lots of empathize. And I get another dice to recovery rolls
Mm-hmm.
because of the we're in the healing space. So that is 3 dice. Oh, hey, am I gathering information about relationships?
I mean, I guess technically, yeah.
What ability do you have that?
As the harmony, I roll +1 dice to gather information about relationships.
Gathering information is a specific action, so I'm going to say in
Okay.
this case,
Okay,
no, but
only
yeah.
3 dice then. Let's find the prettiest dice. Oh. Can I use one of my links on myself to roll another dice?
Yeah, you can. That's what they're
Okay.
there for.
I'm gonna use one of those links. Okay, so it's a 4.
A 4.
Because
Okay.
originally it was 2 1s and a 2.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm giving Cary better than that.
yeah. So that is 3 segments marked on your healing clock. So,
all right.
and I think you need
Good.
4
1,
to be
2,
healed. So
3, I do.
Yeah, because then you would move everything down 1.
mhm.
Yeah.
Jenga, Jenga.
I mean, you're on your way to healing up.
I
but,
am
you
on my
know,
way.
What is Janus's harm status?
I have a level 2 harm.
Yeah.
Despair.
Okay, I think Callie will find Janus over in the garden and bring you over to the healing room. And is there Mal, Is it possible to dual heal at the same time? Like, if I have them both in the same room?
I mean, it would be two distinct downtime actions, but if you
Yeah,
want to
that's
do that, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm bringing the friends together. So I think basically I'm bringing Janus in to like join the existing duo here.
Okay.
Um,
You lead Janice in, and she's full of despair.
Cary is like eating a cookie with Nif, still bloody, still has truth hurts, but looks a little bit better, and waves over at Janus.
I think Janus could use a cookie.
Oh, Janus,
Thank
do you
you.
want to eat a wolf?
What?
Woo!
I made wolf cookies. I thought that Cary
Oh
could
yeah,
use a little
the emojis. Yeah.
Yes, the
The
emoji.
the emojis.
Yes.
Come eat a wolf.
I would love to eat a wolf. Yes.
Okay.
Insight check.
Dark. Inside check.
Can you imagine if these like
Wait.
idiots were dropped into Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
TPK immediately.
They
That
get
would be a really
isekai-
fun, like one-shot side.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
getting
Oh my God.
isekai'd into Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh God, y'all would hate everyone.
Yeah.
It would be
Cary's a barbarian. It's easy. Nif is a bard. I feel like Janus is an
Nif is,
artificer.
I think Nif is a bard druid multi-class.
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
makes
can
sense.
see
Yep.
that.
Okay, hold on. This is totally good
I
after
just-
show content.
Yes.
This is good after content.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in the after show. So let's you you give a cookie to Janice. Let's go ahead and get a roll for that. What action would you like to take?
Let's do empathize. And I also just kind of want to check in while we hand Janice a cookie. And so deep breaths, first of all. Second of all, how are you feeling, friend?
Full of despair.
That's a 2 and a 6.
And you rolled an extra die because you're in the healing space.
Oh, I only rolled 2 die.
Let's see if you get a critical.
Woo!
2, 6, 6. So yeah, 2 6s.
Oh,
Woo!
that's a critical.
Diggity damn.
Okay. Let's see what happens when you get a critical. So on a critical success, fill 5 segments, and you each mark 1 link with each other.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So
If you
does
Okay,
it
wait.
take
So
a
this is
full? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. How it works is that if you have it clears all level 1 harm to do the full track, the 4, and then everything else goes down by 1. So now your
Okay.
level 2 harm is a level 1 harm, and you have 1 point in your track to heal that level 1 harm.
Okay. I will knock my level 2 despair down to a level 1 despair. And I have a time traveler feature that leaves my recovery clock permanently filled at 1. So I have 3 ticks towards clearing that level 1 despair.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
nice.
I'm outside the regular flow of time. Injuries
Ooh.
fade quickly.
Oh.
Nice. And then Janice and I both get a link with one another.
Yes.
Sweet.
This is a fucking good cookie.
Thank you.
It is, isn't it?
I can feel the
Of course,
despair
this
leaving my
means-
body.
I'm going to have to figure out how to bake so that I can make wonderful cookies because Nif is my rival in all things, including baking.
I
I
think
could
baking would be an
teach
awesome
you.
side hobby. Yes.
I'm sure your cookies would be delicious,
Thank you.
Cary.
Thank you, Janice.
Shut up, Mal.
Shut up, Mel.
Wow, who's Mal?
Janice and I have an imaginary friend.
Oh,
Little
fascinating.
multiversal awareness.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Just a shared.
Yeah,
just a
I know
shared
what it's like to
imaginary
have somebody extra in there too.
I don't.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I do, but I knew who that person was. You know.
friend. It's different a little. Yeah.
It's always me.
Yeah, it was a different person for me. Apparently, Albert Storm. I don't know if I said that out loud. He was apparently the guy who was giving me all my orders when I was doing
Oh.
Soldier for the Dreaming things. So that's a fun revelation. That's part of the reason why I killed him.
Oh, well, there were so many very good reasons.
I mean, reason number one was that he was going to hurt my friends. Reason number two was that he was the one who was controlling me and making me into a weapon for most of my existence. And those are my only two reasons. Nothing else
those are two very
matters.
good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were quite justified.
Thank you. But at least get it knocked down to manslaughter for murder. Because it wasn't technically premeditated.
So how are you holding up, Cary?
I mean, I'm very bloody, and I still kind of have a little bit of sting from the mission before with the glistening core. I knew I was gonna have to say that, and I still couldn't.
You still
couldn't
couldn't.
get through it.
We are
Oh.
all on one tonight. Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the first aid kit and keep trying to help patch up Cary.
Eating those wolf cookies at the glistening core.
Jesus Christ. This group.
I don't know.
It's odd to know that a part of you is missing, but not care and not miss that part. It's like one of my kidneys getting removed, I think.
What's missing?
I think one would notice and care. Should
Yeah,
their
really-
kidney go missing?
I really think, yeah. I really feel
I
like that'd
gave-
be hard.
Have
not
you
to notice.
recently woken up in a bathtub full of ice?
Not recently.
Not recently. That was
In like 2 semesters at least.
yes, it was the thing that we were doing. I had recently seen some movie and I wanted to see if it would be uncomfortable to wake up in a bathtub full of ice. And so I had Janus fill a bathtub with ice and then I woke up in it.
I had to wait for her to fall asleep.
Yeah, it was
Wait for them to
quite a
fall asleep.
while.
You'll have some interesting hobbies.
I
mean,
would
it makes
love
sense.
to teach you how to
Science
bake.
experiments.
Oh, wonderful.
You'll love baking. It's basically science.
It is. It's very scientific, but
That's
there's a little
fun.
bit of improvisation too.
I'm
You gotta
very
be
good at
careful. You
improvisation.
can't improv too much. You might fuck something up.
I do have questions.
We might have answers.
Presumably, the sheets are hot. How do you not burn yourself? This has been quite a concern, and Reese keeps saying there are things called oven mitts.
Yes.
But I don't understand how the mitts would protect you, because the mitts are for keeping the cold out. Or mittens.
So it has to do with stopping the transmission of any kind of temperature. Because I mean, really, keeping the cold out is mostly just keeping the hot in, right? So instead of keeping the hot in, they're keeping the hot out. Insulation.
Whoa.
And there's
But-
lots of different kinds of oven mitts. You can get ones to match kind of any weird, quirky thing you like. Like there's some with chickens on them, if that's your thing.
Ah, yes. The chickens with the box.
Sure. So I'll have you over to my place and I will show you all the baking things.
That sounds good.
And don't worry, I will ensure that I only teach you enough so that you can go and take it on your own. And
Yes, I
Beat
must
me.
learn on my own. I will learn from you, and then I will beat you at baking.
absolutely. I can't wait. I mean,
All right.
no, it'll be awful. I care so much.
So Callie, you're trying to heal up
Yeah.
Cary. All right.
Can I do empathize again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
And don't forget the +1 dice because you're in the healing space.
Yes,
Healing space.
That's a 1, 5, 6.
A 6 is 4 segments, so that is a
Woohoo!
yeah.
So it's filled once, and then I have 2 more.
Cool. So yeah, everything goes basically all the level 1s cleared, and then all the level 2s become level 1, level 3
The
becomes level
truth
2.
no longer hurts, gang. Instead, I'm just anemic.
That's right. Anemic.
I just have 2 more, and then I'll be fully healed. But
And then
Nice.
I think at that point, if I feel like Cary and Janus are about as good as I'm going to be able to handle for them or help with them, I'm gonna ask Nif, hey Nif, I need help with something with one of my projects. Are you too cool if Nif and I go work on one of my projects?
yes, I think so.
Yeah, just stay
Sweet.
and eat some cookies. They're good for you, but also delicious. And yeah, just think about things, Good to think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go. And I'll pull Nif out to that wherever else we can go hang out in the garden or wherever.
I love the guard. Hey.
I just feel like the two of them need to talk to each other, and I don't know how to get them to talk to each other. So I was hoping if maybe we just leave for a minute, they'll talk to each other.
Yeah, I hope so. I feel like Janice is good for Cary, and I think Cary needs something good for her, or good for them right now.
Also, might have asked Cam if they need a roommate because my mom is crazy and I can't handle it anymore.
I have never heard a better idea. Do you need a
Just
hand? We have a truck now.
I'll let you know. Cam and I still need to talk out the details, but I just she is literally throwing out hundreds of dollars of food, and it's bananas.
I mean, as long as I've known you, she has been like this.
I know.
I
She's
don't.
been like this as long as I've known her. It's sad. I don't know. It's just not, that's not the life that I'm interested in living. I
No.
can't
Oh my
imagine
God.
that being my, like, that's like her entire focus. And I just, damn.
I could introduce her to my parents and they could have all of the meals. She could
Oh,
eat with them
ew.
and have all the like macronutrient balanced every little like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
man.
Like the restaurant where they bring you plate with like some dots of sauce. That's,
Oh, I mean, those are like the fancy times. During
mm,
your like regular meals, everything is perfectly balanced for optimal nutrition to keep your body going exactly how it should. And then you burn it all off on your Peloton in Calls with Tokyo.
that is wild.
Hmm. It.
Meanwhile, how much of our planet lives in food deserts and stuff? Anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
so mm,
yeah, so I'm really looking forward to setting up some research facilities in some places to like, train people to like do research and work on how to set up more sustainable, you know, food resources in some of these
mhm,
places. I am so excited for that. And apparently it is not my full potential.
that's bananas to me.
Well, it's not very fiscally prudent to care about
Right.
people.
I mean, your parents act like they're going to run out of money. They're clearly not. So I just don't understand the mentality.
I
But I
mean,
mean, hey, if you
yeah.
can, take their money and use it for something they really fucking hate that helps people, I think that's pretty gratifying.
I mean, we'll see what happens with their money. I have fortunately had my lawyer set up a number of things that are separate from them.
That
But
makes sense.
because I don't know if all their money is going to end up as my money eventually. In some ways, I kind of hope it doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hmm.
I'm
I
sure they'd
wonder
have
what they'll do
conditions
with
on it.
it. Oh yeah, I wonder what they'll do with it if it's not going to go to me.
Hmm.
It's obviously not going to go to charity.
Right.
Maybe they'll live forever.
Oh God, I hope not.
How you doing?
You know, pretty okay overall. I think yeah, I think I'm finally starting to feel like it's time to move on from home and being under the scrutiny of
Mm.
my mother.
Um, and are you okay after the whole cam thing?
Yeah, it was so weird and out of place, but then it was like they kind of like snapped out of it and apologized. And I don't know what's going on. We probably need to look into this.
Yes, I think
I'm not really the investigative one.
I'll
I'll leave that up to y'all.
I'll try to do some checking.
I hope Cary and Janus are chatting because they just need a heart to heart, I think.
To
I-
Cary and Janus like staring at each other, not saying anything.
Do you think that it was a bad idea to bring Corvus into this group?
Hard to say. I don't I don't I don't think so. Just because it complicates things doesn't mean it was bad per se.
Just worried about a destabilizing influence.
Yeah. But also there's unfinished business there, and sometimes that can spoil people moving forward as well.
Also, can we agree that sometimes it's really hilarious? These two who obviously didn't kind of grow up with the normal Earth upbringing kind of thing. And just like, I love them so much. And I am always so excited to hear what comes out of their mouths.
Yes. It is never lacking in entertainment, that is for sure.
Yeah. Okay, anyhow. I'm gonna try and look into some stuff and
Okay. I'm gonna chill.
hopefully they are chatting with each other.
Yeah. What are Cary and Janus up to in this space?
I think that Cary pauses for a second. I'm actually going to roll a personal thing for Cary to see if an idea has formulated itself yet. Mal, you know the idea that I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yes, all right.
My.
So Cary kind of sits down next to Janus and nudges her shoulder with theirs. You had that POW meeting, right? How did that go?
Oh, well, Moonflower wasn't there.
Oh, I imagine she and
Which,
Agatha are quite busy.
yes. No, I bet they are, which I'm happy about. I can't imagine what it must be like to love someone for so long and to be like not be able to be with them.
Yes, it has to be scary, for one. Love doesn't go away, but it has no place to go, so it just sits on your chest. Heavy.
Do you feel like love is sitting heavy on your chest?
I feel that way a lot. I feel less so now. I used to love so many things. I used to love so deeply, so fully, and now it's lesser, and I don't know how to fix it.
You protected me earlier when I was in danger.
I'll always protect you.
I haven't had a chance to thank you.
You don't have to thank me for that. It's a given.
I know that I don't, and I know that it is like deep in my bones. I know that you would do that without thinking. And I know that you would sacrifice for me. And I hope you know that I would destroy timelines for you.
I know. You are wrong about one thing, though, Janus. I do think. And every time I do, it's always about how best to protect you. It's not an action done without thinking. I think about it, and I always choose you.
Janice is going to reach out for Cary's hand.
Cary will take Janus's and give it a little squeeze.
I always choose you.
I know that things are strange right now with everything changing. Our group is changing and we're changing. The way that I feel about you is not going to change. And no matter where I am, no matter who I am, no matter what has changed about me, you are my rock, and you always will be.
Watching you change and grow during our time together into the most empathetic and human and special person that I know has been the honor of a lifetime. And I just really cherish our time together.
I think that you're probably the best friend I've ever had. I mean, it's you and Corvus. You're my people. Cary's stupid. Cary's so stupid.
We're not leaving until they kiss.
we don't have to push that, but I am waiting. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
And Cary kind of gives Janus's hand a little squeeze. Corvus is everything I used to be, and you're what I want to be. I think that you're so smart, and you care so much about other people. And you work so hard. You work so hard to be the best that you can be, to make others the best that they can be, even when you don't particularly like them all that much. And I admire that quite a lot.
listen, I realized recently that I don't think I can move forward until I have put this conversation behind me, one way or the other. And so I just need to tell you that I love you and I want to be with you. And I need to know how you feel about that and about me and about us.
And with that, that's where we're going to call tonight's session.
That's so rude.
I had to. It was too good. I could not let that. I had to. I love this game so much.
Oh boy. And now knows what's probably coming next for Cary, which is pretty exciting.
There's a lot of things in store.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's go ahead and do our outros, folks. Chantel.
I refuse. Hi. I think my name is Chantel. Not sure anymore. I play Nif, aka Concordia, the Harmony. I am only here. I will be waiting until the next game, right here.
I think we
'Cause
still have.
I need to
Yeah.
know what happens.
Next Tuesday is the last Tuesday of the month, gang. We're gonna have in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm real fucking mad about this.
Why would you say such horrible things to me?
Yeah.
My favorite show. Yeah, find me here. Waiting.
Waiting.
All right. And then next in the true alphabetical order.
In the true CED order, hello everyone. I have been Elle. If you'd like to see if I will continue to be Elle, you can find me at SapphicSoulful or at SapphicSoulful on these social medias. I have been playing Cary Milan Evander Lyall, aka Lykos, who is left on this cliffhanger. They take 2 actual weeks to respond to their best friend declaring their love for them. I will say, before Mal cut it off, I was gonna have Cary respond with, in a friend way? But that definitely would have cut any tension.
And we gotta have tension. That's what
We
this is
gotta
all
have
about.
tension. So if you would like to see me here, not next coming Tuesday, but Tuesday after that, I will be playing Cary, and you'll get to see how they respond to this love confession. And if you want to see me play in other games this Thursday over on Shelley Duvall's channel, I will be playing Jacques Doron, who is a vampire in Chicago by Night. We are doing some fun stuff with the Fae, doing some interesting stuff with bisexuality and polycules and alternate timelines, so come check that out if you want to have a good vampire-y time. And then next Monday, I will be on. Oh, that show is at 8 p.m. Eastern, same time as this one. Yay! Next Monday, I will be over on Bardic Inspiration Network playing Kiris, the Feral Tiefling Twilight Cleric, who just saw a dead guy come back, declare that he is Vaxildan, and throw knives at a bunch of robots. So if you want to see what the heck that was all about, you can come join us over on Bardic Inspiration Network for Swords of Byrodin. That is, I believe, at about 6:30 Eastern. So you can come join us over there, maybe while you're making dinner. It's fun. And then Thursday, Vamps. And next Tuesday, I'm back here. Buddy, I
Not
think you're
next
muted.
Tuesday.
As you said, it's not next Tuesday.
Or yeah, the Tuesday that is
First
I
week
was
of
going
March.
through my schedule, so first week of March.
I'm dozens. I'm still. I just took level 2 cliffhanger harm from that ending. I have been playing girl scientist and time traveler Janus Quinn, and that's all I got for you tonight.
I love that Dozens had to stand up and walk away for a moment, and I'm just like, yeah, that's how I felt. I
Pouring
screamed
my
into my
heart
own
out
mic.
here.
It was wild. Uh, hey, friends. Wow, this game. I'm Soliloquy Jaden. Soliloquy or Jaden, I don't care. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I mostly hang out on TikTok for as long as we have it. I've also recently started streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've only done it like twice, and I will hopefully get back to it soon. But that's YouTube and Twitch, all under FatSapphicBro. As for TTRPG actual play streaming, I am here on Twitch most Sundays 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays 6 to 9 p.m., most Tuesdays 6 to 9 p.m., all Pacific time, but not the last 7 days of each month. All the details are in the announcements, but that's the nutshell of it. Thanks for going through this torture with us.
And I'm archangelic, and I'm responsible for the tension. And you can find me here at all the time Soliloquy just said in the announcements. And you can find all my links for me on my website, archangelic.space. I also do professional GMing, so if you are interested in having me rip your heart out with emotional things, you can book me, startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. If you've missed any of these games, you can check them out on YouTube. The link is in our channel description, and it's in our link tree. We also have a podcast version of this game. You can search up An Empty Dream or Lantern Light Adventures wherever you find podcasts. We're going to be doing our going into our Patreon supported after show shortly. You can find those at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. The after show will always be free, but your support would mean the world to us. Thank you, wonderful players, for being here and playing along and bearing your hearts, as always. Thank you to our audience for joining us. We appreciate you. And lastly, thank you to our producer, Polygeist, for helping us stream the show. We really could not do it without you. And with that, as always, we love you. We hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Go coconut.
Go
Go
coconut!
coconuts!